Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Bengt. Welcome back to another video. In this one, we're talking about 5 things that you should just never do in life. And these are personal lessons of mine that I have written on the back of a tissue box for you guys that I'm going to explain in this video. That's how committed I am to getting these thoughts out and helping you guys improve. So number 1 is don't assume shit. And don't assume that you know shit either. Always be the student in all situations in life. And honestly, I can't tell you how many valuable lessons I missed out on, how much valuable knowledge I could have had that I fumbled because I thought that I was better than somebody, or I thought that there was nothing I could possibly gain from being in this situation or being with this person. And also, you never really know who's who, man, and you can't judge a book by its cover. And just because somebody isn't in the same position or a better position in life than you doesn't mean that there's something that they can't teach you. Now, obviously, when we look up to people, we try to emulate and we try to learn about the things that are working for them. But you can equally gain just as much value by looking at somebody that's not doing so well and just not doing the things that they are doing, because that's what's getting them the results that they're having, right? So always try to be a student in life, in every situation. The second that you think you know something is when you start to become too ignorant and you miss out on opportunities to actually grow and develop and become better. So I forget what the exact saying is, but something along the lines of, you know, a wise man knows he knows nothing type deal. And I truly have taken that to heart and tried to remember and constantly humble myself to the fact that, like, bro, I'm a fucking baby in this life. And even though there are some things that I've dedicated a lot of my time and resources and energy to understanding and getting better at, I still don't know fucking shit, bro. And there are people out there, inevitably and undoubtedly, that know more than I do, are in different positions in life that I want to be in, and have taken different steps and different routes to get there. So I can 110% learn from them, even if it's things that I might not expect to be the lesson that I gain from being with them. If I pay attention enough, anything and anybody can show me something either about them or about myself that is valuable. So don't ever assume that you know shit. You're gonna cut yourself off, and your arrogance is gonna cost you so much, whether it be in money, in business decisions, in life value or knowledge you could have gained, and opportunities lost by thinking that you're better than you are. Number 2 is don't burn bridges, but, if you are gonna burn bridges, don't half burn a bridge. Obviously, that's a little contradictory, right? But I'll explain. So, I'm against burning bridges entirely. I try to live my life as an unconfrontational person. Although I am not afraid of it when it does happen, and when it does happen, I defend myself and handle that situation as it needs to be handled, right? If I could live my entire life without having enemies, that would be great. However, life oftentimes is not like that, especially when you expose yourself to a variety of people, and you do business and you do all these other things, and you know, sometimes personal stuff, politics get involved, and it's just like, bro, you can't be friendly with everybody all the time. And there are going to be certain situations where if you don't know how to play the game, you're gonna get fucked. And I don't think that burning bridges for petty reasons is ever a good idea. In fact, 99% of the time, if there is ever anything that I can do to salvage relationships before they go south, before they get to the point where, you know, you are on one end and the other person's on the other, and you both have, you know, Molotovs, and you're ready to just fucking burn the bridge, light that shit up, I try to de-escalate things from ever getting to that point. I don't think that it's ever worth having somebody completely eliminated from your life. I think you can set healthy boundaries. I think that, you know, you can limit the interactions or the capacity that someone has to access you. That's a very healthy way to do it. But ultimately, burning bridges is ugly, and a lot of times there's unforeseen consequences or prices that you have to pay for both you and the other person to do it, right? So if things are going to end, I'd rather them end peacefully. I'd rather it be mutual and understand that, hey, maybe we're just not for each other. Maybe this isn't going to work out. Maybe it's best if we just go our separate ways, shake hands, no harm, no foul. It just didn't work out, wasn't meant to be. When things get ugly, when there's confrontation involved, when there's violence or hurt feelings or backstabbing going on, that's when things cross a whole other threshold. And that's when, you kind of have to lean more on the side of, well, if you're going to burn the bridge, burn it completely. Don't half burn a bridge. And this is something that I learned from the 48 Laws of Power, which is a great book. I'll have it linked on the resources tab of my website if you guys want to check that out. But it's basically like, destroy your enemies completely. Squash them, squander them, stomp them out, right? Don't leave any smoldering embers, because that is enough to generate and light another fire again. And when you think you've put something out, when you think you've put it to rest, if you leave the embers still burning at the bottom, there's a potential that it could come back, and it can come back bigger, harder, faster, stronger, and do more damage to you later on. So don't half burn a bridge. Don't let things get ugly, then walk away. If you're going to sever ties with somebody in a less than peaceful way, do it utterly, do it entirely. Just, you know what I mean when I say you need to fucking end it completely. You need to burn the entire bridge, make it so there is no strings left to be pulled on to potentially give that person access to you or have any way that they can mess with or fuck with your life. You need to completely eliminate them, right? So if you're gonna burn the bridge, burn the whole thing, burn it to fucking dust, and burn it all the way to the ground and never look back. Let's go on to number 3. Don't follow the herd. As a man especially, if you don't think for yourself, someone else is thinking for you. And if someone else is thinking for you, I can guarantee you that they have selfish interests, and they 110% do not have your best interest at heart. That is the importance of being able to think for yourself and not following the herd. The people that follow the herd do it for safety. They do it because it's more challenging for them to think for themselves, to formulate their own opinions, to take the risk of being wrong, to take the risk of being the black sheep and standing out and looking like a fool, only for them to be right in the end. There's a period of time where you're going to be the one that looks like, hey, so-and-so is over there all by themselves doing something that no one else is doing. Haha, point, laugh, they're retarded. Then there becomes a point where they see what you've done over there and they're like, oh shit, maybe that's not the case. However, most people are unwilling to take the risk, maybe it's physically, materially, or socially, to separate themselves from the herd, to go against the grain. It is the harder path in life. However, it is the more honest, genuine, and true one to most people, or at least for the people that feel called to it. If you do feel called to it, which most of you watching this video, if you were attracted to me or my energy or my message in any way, shape, or form, I'm assuming that me and you probably think alike, so we can relate on these types of things, right? We are not meant to follow the herd. We are not meant to be cast into the mold that society has created for us. And therefore, it is on us. It is our duty to think for ourselves. If you follow the herd, there are other people's thoughts. There are other people's feelings and opinions that you are following and choosing to accept as your own. And those things will not serve you and your highest purpose. You have to understand that. That is the sacrifice that you are making by following the herd, by being a part of the conformity, by being a part of the masses, right? You are at the subjugation of whatever they think, the people controlling the masses, want for you. That is what you are accepting by not taking the risk and doing the due diligence of thinking for yourself and living and dying by your own sword and your own decisions, right? So don't follow the herd, because you are no longer at control or in control of what happens to you and to your life, right? You want to be the driver of your own fucking boat. You want to be the, the writer of your own story. And in order to do that, you need to think for yourself. Because if other people are putting thoughts into your head, those are manifesting as your thoughts, your beliefs, and then your actions, and then your habits, and then your patterns, and that will create life, your life, right? So by controlling you here, they control everything for you out here as well. So very, very important. Don't follow the herd, because you're going to get swept away with the tide. fourth thing that you should never ever do in life is be unhealthy. Now, there's a million different things that could qualify or be labeled as healthy, right? Or what it means to be healthy or unhealthy. Physically, mentally, spiritually, with food, with drugs, with other things. Like, being unhealthy is a very, very broad statement to make. However, the things that I immediately think of that I think are the most impactful that I think of when I think of being unhealthy is primarily taking care of your body and your mind, right? I think being unhealthy is eating junk food, eating fast food. I think being unhealthy is not exercising. I'm not saying everyone has to go to the gym and be a fucking bodybuilder and work out 7 days a week for 2 hours a day. That's unrealistic for a lot of people. And I don't think everybody has goals of being in super good shape. And I don't think that everybody has to be incredibly strong and masculine and powerful and like have a Greek god fucking body. I don't think that's the case, right? I think there's a baseline of health that if every single man on the planet managed to achieve, we would all be better men for it, and the world would benefit as a whole as a result of that, because there is a certain level of discipline, there is a certain level of commitment, there is a certain level of integrity and confidence that comes with a man who's built up himself, right? And that's another thing. If we want to link it back to the whole self-improvement thing, if you want to be the best version of yourself, you have to be healthy. So many of the other things that you want in life would be a million times easier if you were healthy. Let me tell you what happens as a man when you're healthy. Physically, mentally, spiritually, all of that, right? It becomes easier to think, becomes easier to make moves, becomes easier to plan and to calculate and to come up with a vision for your life. Now that is all basically your brain and your body functioning at a higher level because you're not filling it with fucking junk, right? So once you eliminate the junk and the toxic waste that's slowing down your system, giving you brain fog, giving you other health issues that you have to take time out of your day or are debilitating you physically or mentally as well, that gives you all the more time, energy, and also mental clarity and physical energy to dedicate towards your goals and towards achieving the things, or at least planning for the achievement of the things that you actually want in life. Now, on a more like bird's eye view level, bro, we're human beings. This body that we have is the only one you're going to get. The only one. You get one. You get one shot at this, brother. It's like, yo, it's not like you can drive your car and when you get 100,000, 200,000 miles on it, you trade it in and go buy another one. No, dude, this one, it's all you got, bro. And you got to make it last for this entire time that you're here. Now, if you're blessed and you're fortunate to live a long time, well, it's probably because you took care of it, right? You did your maintenance, you did your oil changes, you put good gas in it, you put the 93 in it, you know what I mean? If you want to treat yourself like a high performance human and have a vessel that is capable of maintaining and living up to that and performing for that, like, bro, you don't go take your Lamborghini to the gas station and put 83 in it. No, bro, you got to get like the high octane, you got to get the race fuel, bro, because that engine is built different. Because the standards and the quality of that vehicle, if you put junk into it, it's gonna fucking seize, bro. It's not gonna function. It's pointless, right? And I view my body the same way. I want to be a Lamborghini, bro. So I gotta put good stuff into it if I want the performance that you would expect from a Lamborghini to come out of it. So be very mindful of the things that you put into your body and put into your mind. And I think that's another thing that a lot of people definitely neglect or don't think too much about is your diet. People only think about diet as food, right? Side note, I love how in society nowadays, dieting is eating healthy, right? I'm on a diet, which means I'm eating healthy. It's so dumb. Anyways, that's a whole fucking other thing. But most people look at diet and they only think about food. However, your brain is also like your gut in the sense that it consumes things and it has to digest and process things and it has a function, and the information, the content, the videos, the pictures, the scrolling on social media, the information, all the things that are happening in your life, it's all stimulus. It's all stuff. It's all part of your mental diet. It's all part of things that your brain has to digest, consume, and comprehend at the end of the day. So a lot of people, physically and mentally, their diet is fucking trash. Bro, you're fucking scrolling on TikTok and Instagram, watching fucking OnlyFans girls twerk and dumbass memes and just random dumb shit that'll never benefit your life in any way, shape, or form. Just useless nonsense, bro. Think about it like this. How many of you guys have been recording videos or doing things or other than that, and all of a sudden your phone's battery is full, right? All your camera roll is full, your storage on your phone is full, and you're like, oh shit, I gotta delete something. What do you delete first? The photos, the videos, the things that you've already done, accomplished, whatever. The things that mean the least to you is what you delete first when you have to free up storage for your fucking device, right? Well, your brain is the exact same. There is a bandwidth, there is a limit, there is a storage capacity. Can't tell you how many gigabytes it is, but just know that your brain is only capable of holding on to and retaining so much information, memories, and data at one given point in time. So if you want to free up space in your brain so that you can learn more, improve, become a higher value human being, you have to delete the junk and the bullshit. And the easiest way to do that is just stop consuming mindless garbage that does not benefit your life in some way, shape, or form. If you were to open my YouTube, my TikTok, my Instagram, any social media, anything on my phone, whatever, the thing where people spend most of their days looking at, you would only find like educational content about business, finances, self-improvement, men's health, all that stuff. I only follow and consume shit that is beneficial to me in some way. I don't have the time to be mindlessly consuming dopamine content of just like funny, random, dumb shit, right? Twerking, dance competitions, all that stuff, bro. It's just a waste of time. Waste of mental space, ruining, trash your mental diet, right? So be very mindful of the things that you consume and try not to be unhealthy. Don't be unhealthy. You have one brain and one body that is going to last you for your entire life. Treat it with respect. Diet, mental and physical, is a respect that you show yourself. By being disciplined and by putting good things into yourself, it is a reassurance that you care about yourself. And it's one of the best things, one of the healthiest things, one of the most long-term beneficial things that you can do for yourself and for your life. Now let's get into number 5. Controversial one. You guys are going to love this. Rule number 5, the 5th thing that you should never do in life is sell your fucking soul. Now, we can go the whole conspiracy route, or we can just go keep it simple, right? This is what I mean. There's a million different ways that you can sell your soul, but at the end of the day, it's doing anything that is untrue to you for something that you feel like you need or something that benefits your life, when really it doesn't make you feel fulfilled, right? It could be for money, it could be for fame, it could be for a girl, it could be, to make your parents happy, it could be giving up some piece of you for something or somebody else outside of you. That is what selling your soul is, to put it really fucking simply, right? If you trade your happiness, your sanity, your sanctity, your integrity, anything that you hold true and valuable to you, if you give up a piece of yourself that's that important in exchange for something else that isn't you, or for the validation, approval, or the success of something outside of you, that is selling your soul, man. And I think too many people are in situations where they work a job that they hate, or they do all these other, there's a million ways to sell your soul. I'm not saying you have to fucking slit your wrist and sign a contract with the devil to become a rock star. That's not that's not all there is to selling your soul, you know what I mean? At the fucking train tracks at midnight, he slit his wrist and became Johnny Cash the next day. It's nah, bro, that's not how that shit fucking happens, right? No. Maybe it does, but for most people, that's not what it looks like, right? It could just be being in a toxic relationship. It could be, working a fucking job that you hate because you need to make a certain amount of money to justify, or feel validated by your parents, or make somebody else happy, or do these other things, right? prioritizing other people or other things above yourself, for me, is selling your fucking soul, bro. And it's just, if you're in a situation where you're unhappy, you gotta do something about it. You gotta put yourself first, and you gotta do the things in this life that you want to do, because we only have one, man. I don't know if I drove that point home enough when we were talking about health and your body and shit, but like, dude, we have one life. We're only here once. You have to do the shit that you want to do, because you're not getting another fucking chance, dude. You gotta go, and you gotta do it right now. So anything that's not that, you're wasting your time. And, you know, I understand that life isn't perfect, and there's things that we gotta sacrifice, and there's obligations and responsibilities that we have, but you shouldn't ever like let those things limit you from being what you want to be. So I think that's a good place to wrap this up. Thank you for sticking around. If you made it to the end of the video, you know the deal. You're a real one. I appreciate you. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if any of this resonated with you guys. I love y'all. We're building up a really awesome audience. I'm so thankful, and I'm happy to see all the comments every time where people are like, oh, you know, this was helpful, and seeing the same faces, the same dudes kind of come back. It's really awesome, kind of what we're planting the seeds, what we're laying the foundation for on this channel, and I'm super stoked and excited to see where things go in the future. So I love you guys. If you like this video, I'll put another one up on the screen that you can check out that you probably like too. Also, if you want help, if you want a resources guide of all the things that I have used on my self-improvement journey that have helped me change my body, my mind, my mindset, my life, and period in general, I've collected all of it together. I have a resources tab on my website that I will link in the description. I update it pretty much every single day with new content, books that I'm reading, what I wear for clothes and stuff to help protect my body from endocrine disruptors, from boosting my testosterone to basically eliminating carcinogens, EMFs, all this other toxic shit that's a part of our life based on the environment we live in and some of the other things that are going on in the world. So if that's something you're interested in, check out the resources tab on my website. And yeah, that's all I got for you guys. I love you. Again, thank you if you made it to the end of the video. You're a fucking real one. I appreciate it. Stay strong, stay blessed, stay dangerous, and I'll catch you